What's up, everybody? It's your boy T Grizz here today, and well, today is not really going to be a good video. It's going to be it's more like a rant, because I'm feasibly in shock with this whole generation. Now, I get things can go too far so many times. Many people have issues. Many people got better things to do, worried about themselves and whatnot, and that's understandable. But I'm not happy with this generation whatsoever. And my main reason for that is because this generation, this era it's not safe nor healthy. And although this video might even get taken down because of what I'm going to say, but at the end of the day, it's my own opinion on how this era of generation works. And this is just my thoughts on it, because this has to stop. And for being completely honest, this is no longer funny and it's not even a joke no more. Now, everybody can look at TikTok and we can all tell all guys pain and stress and suffering. Like, plenty of guys can tell you that we have pain and stress, and like a lot of that. And most of it is due to our old partners or our current partners. Now, I'm not going to say the females are the whole reason of why guys are stressed or whatnot, but I definitely can't say that they aren't. The reason why I decided to make this video is because it's just a thought that came up to my head, and I just wanted to see if I was alone on these thoughts. So if I'm going to say anything, viewer discretion is really advised in this video, because there's no way that this is actually a thing now. So as we all know, the whole world is ruled by females, and I don't care what nobody says. Anybody can try and tell me otherwise. I'm not going to believe them. I just can't, because anybody who has ever had to deal with the stress of a female or an ex could honestly kind of sort of understand your pain, low key. Plenty of females would do some things that would just make you act out of character. And if it's not out of character, it's to see a rise out of you. Now, that's not like, it's annoying to deal with, don't get me wrong, but it's not half as bad. Like, don't get me wrong, most of us want relationships. Half of us wants to save ourselves. So most of the pain that mainly people endure would be coming from either home or from that relationship, or really anything that's really stressing them out. But I'm pretty sure 99% of problems have to do with the stress of either overthinking, and that's mainly because of your second partner. Because if you know your second partner and what you got yourself into, then you're gonna obviously stress over them and try to understand like what's going on with their thoughts and whatnot. Now, the reason why I'm making this video and the reason why I said all that is before I dive into my main point. Females have a lot of power over us guys. And when I say a lot of powers, I mean any guy who likes a female will obviously follow after them. And when I say follow after them, I mean like always be all up on them, always be in their presence, and if not, they're just there just to be there because they like them. Now, I don't know if that's the actual meaning of a simp, but that's what it's starting to seem like to me. Now, due to the fact that many people can be blind and deceiving nowadays, it's just more funny to me because if you think about it, not many females have been called out on much. Like, say you're an outside spectator of a situation that happened between a boy and a female, I mean, between a male and a female. And most likely it's going to be the natural things that females always say. Oh, he abused me, etc. I can't say what I want to say because I'm really trying my hardest not to get demonetized. But I'm just wording my opinions. It's not all the way. It's not everybody's opinions. It's just mine. Based on this generation, we all know that this generation is full of not committed people. Now, for those of you who don't understand what I mean when I say not committed, I mean it's those people who just want to be in a relationship, but just in it just to like fool around. That's what I mean when I say not committed people. Now, if we look at plenty of like we can look at Maury cases and everything, and we can obviously see like this generation is not where it's supposed to. This is just not the right generation for that. And on top of it, on top of that, this generation is always full of lies. You can never trust anybody. It could be one person that you really genuinely trust, and I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, one day they will probably cross your back. But that's not all that I wanted to say on the situation, but that's was how I was really feeling. Now, due to this world being dominated by females because they have a high power over all of us men, it would cause for those people to be blind and just believe everything rather than looking at the facts and thinking. I don't want to not trust my partner like ever. Not like due to this generation, I can't even trust most of my friends. Like I can't even call them actual friends because I don't know if they're gonna follow after a female, believe whatever they say. I don't know if they're ever gonna use their heads and actually think. I will never know. But I just wanted to make sure everybody out there, like, this needed to be said and this needed to get the point across to everything. Y'all females need to stop lying. Y'all need to stop. Because what y'all doing can actually put an actual good person in a terrible predicament or a terrible situation to a point where it could either be life or death. And it would even get to the point where that guy can't even trust himself coming outside because he's worried about his safety. Or he can't go to a certain place that he likes or any place that he likes due to his safety. And most of that can be the reason of lying. And if we all look at the history books, Adam did not want to eat the apple first. Eve ate the apple first. That was said in the Bible. After Eve ate that apple, Adam ate the apple. And that prime example by itself shows how this generation actually is. I want to check how long this video is first. Alright. But that just shows how this generation actually is. A male following after a female step, following after everything they do. That's like a prime example of what's going on. And then when you actually look at times nowadays, females can always talk about how terrible the males are. Like, say, like you hear a random relationship, right? You hear one side of the story, but the other side of the story is not being said. And I promise you, a good a good percent amount of people would believe that one side, which would most likely, no, more than likely be the female. Because I'm not taking sides here. Some guys like to talk about how they feel and how the relationship is, but more than likely is like the female starts it all. And half the time nowadays, people really do kill over a chick. Like, they would kill, fight, even jump. Like, looking at times nowadays, I don't even think that there's gonna be a proper 101. And that's how destroyed this generation really is. The best I can really say is this generation or parents, whatever it is, something needs to change. Because quite frankly, if this keeps going on, one of these days, we're just all screwed. My purpose for making this video is so I can hopefully wake up most of those people who've been in the same footsteps that I've been in. Wrongly accused for something, and then on top of that, nobody knows your story. I just need everybody to hear this video. If y'all want to, share it to y'all friends, share it to everyone y'all know. This has got to stop. Females lying have gone on long enough. It's been going on through slavery. It's been going on throughout the history books. And I promise you, if you read most horrifying books, it involves a whole bunch of crucifying, not crucifying, but it involves a whole bunch of disgraceful things. And 9 times out of 10, it's a female doing it. And like I said again, this is all just my opinions, and this is just what I'm thinking. So if you don't agree with it, trust me, I know you got your own opinions. I know you do. But this is just how I feel about this whole generation.